Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. That means it's the Queen City Picker and Friends show. I'm the Queen City Picker, Tom, and this fine hand over here belongs to and friend, the silver hair stacker, Todrick.
What's up?
How are you this morning?
I am nearly perfect.
Okay, nearly perfect.
Well, except for I'm fat and bald and ugly and old.
Well, that's me too. Let's see. Good morning, Jabez. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Pedlin. Chaz, always a pleasure. Swamp, you getting ready to go to the office? Be careful. And Mr. Buttcrack, it's good to see you in here again. Uh, Ping, oh, we love you. You get up so early just to come into this blessed, come listen to this stupid show. Uh, it's Tom and the Hand Show, yeah. Uh, First of all, let's take care of a little local news here. Boy, it sounds like it could potentially be bad out here this weekend. Jabus, Chaz, is that supposed to come through y'all?
Valerie,
Ice and snow and all that kind of stuff. Chick Picker, Chick Picker, how are you this morning? Um, so February 3rd and the 24th, you're having your cataracts done. Jabus, piece of cake. Good morning, James. Uh, it's supposed to be like 13 here. Well, good, Jabus. Good, good, good. And the way the forecasts go out here. Oh, we're going to have this, that, and the other. But usually it means that it's going to be sunny and 70, and Chaz is going to be laying in the backyard in a bathing suit, catching some rays. Good morning, Sue. I don't know where it's coming from, Sue. Let me try again. If it's coming from Atlanta, we're going to get bad weather because when it comes from Atlanta, we get snow. Usually, it plays itself out before it comes across the mountains.
yeah,
If
it's
it's
going to
coming
be
from
bad here this weekend. We might get some freezing rain or something.
Valerie, how you been doing, girl? Well, that's just the way it is, Jay. But you get one of these things done, and it blows out that out of pocket real fast. Like 4 inches of snow on Saturday. Yeah, 4 inches of snow on Saturday. Uh,
Yeah, we're supposed to get it
good.
bad on Friday. It's got the cloud with raindrops underneath and snowflakes underneath that. So I guess it depends on when it precipitates is if we're going to get snow or just rain.
Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Anissa.
Uh-oh.
Trouble is back off the road.
Trouble is back in town.
So, did you have a great time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Had a great time. Trip of a lifetime, truly in every way.
Tom, did you see that picture of Jake with penguins?
Yeah.
And I said the one over there looks like Tom.
Yeah. That's me. I'm just as cute as a penguin. So, did you actually get off the boat
Oh
when
yeah.
you were in Antarctica?
Not in Antarctica itself, not within the Antarctic region.
Okay.
Thank you, Hank. Yeah, we got off the ship 5 times, I think, 4 or 5 times. Um, but within Antarctica, we didn't get off the ship.
Okay.
We did have a an awesome opportunity at the expense of somebody else's medical emergency um, to see um, Antarctica really up close, because they had to do a medical evacuation. So we had to take the ship as close to one of the research centers as we could. And then they had to tender him off the boat.
Now,
Him or
could
her.
you actually see the research center, or was it
Oh
too
yeah.
far off?
Oh, we could. There were a bunch of them. We could see a bunch of them within one of the alcoves or whatever, the bays.
Right.
Oh, there were lots of pineapples.
Oh, you people are obsessed. Jake is the only one young enough to be enjoying the upside down pineapples. Uh, I'm glad you had a good time. How was the food?
Food was excellent, excellent. I got sick about 5 days in. I got a sinus infection, so I didn't feel
Oh,
good for about 2 days. I still have a little bit of a cough left, but I had a pretty severe sinus infection.
Ugh.
But even anyway, I enjoy the food immensely. It was
and you were on
definitely
which cruise?
Equinox, the Celebrity Equinox.
Celebrity.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. I think that's one of the more upscale.
It is. It's a 20-year-old ship, which was renovated 10 years ago.
Right.
So it's not luxury amenities to the nth degree,
Right.
but it's very well done. I mean, it's very well done. It was a fantastic time. I mean, if you want to go for like super luxury, this is not the ship, but
Right.
um, it was phenomenal.
It's well, I'm glad you had a great time. Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
You had a lot of days at sea, right?
We did. Yeah. So the first 3 days were all at sea, going from northern Argentina down to Ushuaia, Argentina, end of the world, as they call it.
Well, that's
So,
good.
so I think they planned that pretty well, because by the third day, you've kind of figured out the ship, you figured out all the different things you can do, and
Right.
you're ready to get off the ship by that point. So I think that was intentionally planned. It's intentionally planned that way. So this particular ship, yeah, Terra del Fuego, yeah, yeah, we went over there.
So how
Um,
cold did it get at the coldest point?
The coldest, like 28 degrees or something.
Because you kept showing pictures of yourself on the back poop deck with shorts on and bare feet and stuff.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Even at 28 degrees, the sun is directly overhead, and the UV index is like at 90. And so it's warm as long as you're not in the wind.
let's see.
Yeah, more Patagonia. Oh, that's funny.
Wait a minute. Hope you make it, Scott. Well, Scott, I'm sorry you feel that way. Um, Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and your family and friends, they had a good time too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we had, our two friends from Alaska that we went up there to see 2 years ago, and 4 years ago. They went with us, or we went with them, if you will. And then also her her former boss and a coworker of hers went as well. So it was 6 of us all together.
Well, that's good. I'm glad Joe had a good time because it's going someplace new is always exciting. And like I said, I've said before, I wanted to do the Greenland thing, but you had expectations that you were not going to be able to get off the boat in Antarctica.
Right, right.
And the Greenland one is you're supposed to get off the boat, but it's not guaranteed you're going to get off the boat because the weather might not be
Yeah. So
agreeable.
we missed Elephant Island because of the medical evacuation, but we made up for it in kind of other ways. So they did after they did the medical evac, they did a 720 of the whole ship, just slowly spinning the ship
Right,
after they had the medical evac finished, which is basically what they did at Cape Horn as well.
right. Wait until it's
So
the 51st state, Jabus. Ah,
yeah, they're just going to put a bigger military base there. That's all.
yeah.
They're
It
just
will.
posturing.
I mean, because when we were really looking at to it, because we would have had to go out of Baltimore, I think it was. Um, there is not there's the cities, the towns that's along the edge of the coastline, but there's nothing beyond beyond it. It's literally nothing out there except there is some research facilities out there, and but really all the businesses and all that is right at the I'm gonna call them ports of call. So
Right.
I don't even know if there's gold or oil there, like Alaska. So anyway, well, I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you made it safely back,
Oh yeah.
Todd.
Mm.
Let's go to Alaska. Not
Do it.
Alaska. Let's go to Antarctica.
Same.
Nah.
Alaska's pretty amazing too.
Our friends, they're friends. Our next door neighbors. That owns the rental next to us.
Mm-hmm.
They left out yesterday to go. They were flying to Hawaii, and then they're going to be on a cruise ship around Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands,
Okay.
and then they're going to be coming back through Tahiti, and then no, excuse me, they're flying to Australia, coming back through Tahiti, Hawaii, and back into the United States to break up the travel coming back.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're going to do a cruise around New Zealand and the southern part of Australia. They're looking forward to it. Just not that flight. I've done that flight before, just all the way from LA to Sydney, and that is a long flight.
Yep.
Let's see, nice. Just got back from a cruise at Jacksonville. You know what? It depends. Yeah, they need to go on one of the larger ships if they're wanting all the nightlife and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people that don't want that. They're on vacation. One of the people that we follow on YouTube, he's lives like Central Florida, so he's close to all the major ports, and so he can catch those. He and his wife can catch those $299 for 7 day kind of deals. That's at last minute. And he just came back off of the Icon of the Seas, which is big gigantic ship.
Oh, it's a
And
big,
he
big one.
said, not doing that again.
Oh, really?
He said, it's just too many people. You stand in line too much because there's so many people. Like
Sure.
the ship he was on was 120% capacity.
Oh, wow. What does that
So
mean?
that means that if there was a bed available, like if you had a stateroom, there was
Yeah.
4 of you in that stateroom. With the bunk beds,
Oh,
they were
wow.
pulled down. If you had a room that had bunk beds and a couch, that meant people were on the bunk beds and they were on the couch sleeping. And
Wow.
he just not
No.
he just did not like that at all.
So we had about 3,000 guests and about 1,500 staff.
So that's yeah. The Elation is a smaller ship, but like I said, if you wanna go, if you want all the excitement and stuff like that, you really got to go on one of the new big ships that's got the slides and all that kind of mess on it.
Sure.
Like I said, I don't get into water on a cruise ship, so they can have all the slides on the world because they can't turn over the water fast enough to maybe want to get into it. Yeah, that's my 3D printer. I've got the multi-port, the hub on top of it now. Nessa, that's what that is. So anyway, yeah, you got to look at the ships. I saw this one video and they were talking about the Virgin ships, and this couple, an older couple that like Roberta or like myself. Roberta's not as old as I am. She's nowhere near old as I am. Uh, they never had a desire to do the Virgin because it is a party ship, and everything's included and all that kind of mess. But when they do their repositionings, which are from Spain to Miami, when they're bringing it over for the winter months and then taking it back for the summer months in the Mediterranean, you can get some really cheap fares. Yeah, they never go in the dark. You can get some really cheap fares on those cross Atlantic ones because it's like 14 days at sea. And the youngsters that's there to party and get lucky, that's just a little bit too long and too boring. 14 days watching the waves go by. So, like this ship, I don't remember the exact numbers, but there was like half of the people. Say it was 3,000 passengers. There was only 1,500 passengers on it. So it was like you never waited for anything. Everything was always fresh.
The only thing we ever had to like wait for was the main dining room wasn't the main buffet dining was not big enough for the amount of people.
Right.
That was the only thing, was finding places to sit to eat at the buffet. But that was probably literally my only complaint. Of course, we also had 6 people, and most of the time, at least 3 or 4 of us were trying to find a place to sit.
Right.
For lunch, anyway. Of course, we had main dining for dinner, but to do lunch or breakfast, it was a bit crowded.
Yeah, Jabus. I'm sure there was a lot of, when it's doing its normal routine. I bet there is a lot of pineapples on that ship. It's a no children allowed type cruise, and they're mostly young people, and I say young people, late 20s, early 30s.
That's pretty young.
That's pretty young, and it's there's a lot of activities and stuff like that. But anyway, the airfare was going to cost more than to get us back home or get us to Spain depending on which direction we were going. The airfare was more than it was um, the cruise was.
Yeah. Well, boys and girls, I better go do some shipping, and
You got a lot. You got a lot going out since you've been gone.
I turned it back on about 4 or 5 days ago. I've
Okay.
got half a dozen packages to go out today and tomorrow.
A lot of sticks, cups.
A few, mostly sticks. Yeah, mostly cups. I did bring some cups back.
Did you?
Oh yeah, not a lot, but a handful.
My cousin called me yesterday from Myrtle Beach. She was out with her friend, and they were doing some thrifting. And sent me a picture of a. It's a little like a sugar bowl. It's got the lid on it. It's got the Starbucks on it. They were wanting $8 for it, and it only sells for like 10. So I said, we'll pass on that one. I said, if you need a sugar bowl, go ahead and get it.
Any renter drama to come home to? Nah, they didn't even know I was gone.
Yeah, the postal rates went up, didn't they?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again.
Really?
People want stuff, they'll pay it.
That's right.
I mean, that's just the way it is. They'll bitch about it, but if they want it, they'll pay it.
That's right.
Well, you get everything caught up, so you don't have to go around knocking on any doors today saying it's the 20th.
Yeah, I think they all paid, except I think there's one late fee that's still hanging out there, but whatever.
Did you get rid of the naked tenant?
Naked kid lady, yeah.
Naked
No.
kid lady.
Naked kid lady gone. She's she didn't disconnect her electricity though. Like she didn't call electric company and have them disconnect it.
All right.
And I got a text message from her 2 days ago, all kinds of pissed off that I'm using her electricity. Not my problem. It's not my job to turn it off.
Can you turn it off?
Mm,
I mean, can you call them and say, I need you to turn this power off
I mean,
and switch it back to my name?
yeah, you can, yeah, but I'm not going to take that time.
Well, I'm just saying I didn't know whether you could really.
Legally,
do that.
yeah. Once she's out, I can transfer it back to my name. But I'm not going to take the time to find out that they didn't do it. I assume that's the first thing they're going to do. That's my assumption. That's the assumptions I live upon.
Did she not have to transfer it to the account to another location?
Don't know. Don't care.
I mean, I'm just saying. Would you not have to transfer it to another location?
Don't know. Don't care.
All righty. Well, get back. You got back yesterday, Sunday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Well, now you got to get back into it. Shut up, Craig. You got to get back into the swing of things. And
Oh yeah, lots to get done.
all right. Well, have
As
a
always.
great one.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks for coming by.
Later. Yeah, John, it's shoot, even a 4-ounce package is around $5 now, right? That's just crazy. They got to take the mail anyway. Why do they grab complaint?
Excuse me. Javis, Starlink is dropping their rates. That's good if you live out in the middle of nowhere. Shipping is stupid, and so are the returns, and so are the buyers, and God bless you, Tom. Thank you. Good morning, Jim and Tara. Let's see. Ole Miss on the national championship. And is USC still in it?
University of Southern California?
No, hell no, not that one.
University of
We're talking
Southern
about U.S.
Kansas.
Excuse me. Ah, anyhow. So you got a lot going out today?
Not really for 3 days. It's the Martin Luther King holiday was not my best sales for a holiday. Of course, last year, January was not a great month either. I don't know what it is with me. I think because I haven't been to garage sales in a bunch of months and just don't have as much good stuff to sell. I get sales every day, but just piddly stuff.
Good morning. Good morning, Tara.
Tara,
Hey, how's it going?
Huh?
Hi. You
Good
staying
morning.
warm down there in the south? Are you staying warm down there, or is the cold weather not hit you yet?
It's kind of cool, but we're staying warm.
It's
Oh,
kind
it's
of
like
cool, but it's
6 here.
warm. What'd you just say?
I
It's kind of
said
cool,
it's
but
like
it's warm.
it's kind of cool, but I'm staying warm
Oh,
as long as the power bill gets paid.
Yeah. A lot of trees are giving their lives for our heat.
Yeah, it's like 6 degrees this morning.
There's a
Oh,
lot
God.
of dead trees.
Yeah, for Kentucky, it's
That wood
cold.
heater, that wood boiler's going.
Morning, Hank.
Everybody's going to end up with pneumonia down here, going from 60s to 20 and back to 60.
Todd, did you say your sales are slow this weekend?
yes, ma'am. It's pretty.
Ours too. Ours too, like glacially slow. I was kind of wondering if it was because like they, revamped those motives or something. Like they're doing stuff on the backside, or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I'm not going to say the P word.
What's the P word?
Promoted.
Oh, the pineapple word?
No, not the pineapple
I thought you were talking
word.
about pineapple.
Promoted.
Okay. Oh.
See, Sue says it's 30 in Atlanta.
Oh, there's a heat wave.
She's going to be in when she goes. She's going to have to bundle up to go sit out on the veranda while she's drinking her mint juleps, which are going to become frozen drinks. In Spartanburg. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, because Todd doesn't participate in the promoting activity, so I just was not going to even go there.
All right, you guys got to do whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth, we Jim made it. He dropped. He changed the promotions, and he also like if it's under like is it $25?
$25.
He's just not promoting it. Because some of this stuff will have like some cheaper like Briggs and Stratton parts or stuff like that.
And if I sell a CD for $8 or whatever, I mean, by the time you pay your fees and stuff, I'm lucky to clear. If I clear $2, I'm really lucky. And some of this that don't count the cost of the good. I mean, it's by the time you're done with if you're promoted, by the time you're done with all the fees on small items, to me, it just ain't worth it. So I'm not promoting them anymore. It's $25 or over to get promoted.
Yeah, so
And I
then-
cut the promotions way down. I was up to like, I don't know, 15% or something like that.
Good grief, Jim.
Yeah, and now I do it. I do it straight 3. And I mean, our sales. I saw like we're single-digit percentage changes in sales. So I'm thinking after a little while that's going to bounce back too. And I get to keep when I look at my seller hub, I get to keep a lot more money. I mean, before I was just getting. It's like, oh wow, I made pretty good sales, but it's all going out the window. Yeah. Anyway, that rant over.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. So, and if you're using List Easier, it seems like that helps your views. So, and Todd's using List Easier now. So, how did that go, Todd? You were doing the
I like the descriptions and the titles, and it fills in a lot of item specifics that I never would. A lot of times there'll be a list of like 30 item specifics you're supposed to put on a listing,
right.
and I may do 2 or 3 of them. But List Easier will go ahead and nearly completely fill up item specifics. And I like that about it because you might have a buyer every once in a while that checks out all the item specifics. But it makes some mistakes. It's misidentified several of my things.
Right. But
So you pretty much just take a picture and it fills it all in.
Right.
Yeah. Lag.
Like,
Where's Lag at this morning? Lag believes in promoting at 50%. So.
I mean, I'd do 80%.
I'm thinking of going 110.
Give it all. Give it that extra 10%.
eBay needs our help.
110.
I kind of like their suggested sales price too, because eBay, I mean, they're a lot closer than eBay is on like a comparable sales price. eBay is way off. A lot of times eBay will be way high or way low. But List Easier.
Where do you get your sold price on eBay?
Well, if you hover over when you're
You
about
just go on
to
the
fill
scroll?
in when you're about to fill in a price on a listing, if you hover over that, it'll
Yeah.
show you most of the time an average sale.
Oh, that bullshit thing. Yeah, no. Well, what I do is like, let's say it's well, I mean, sometimes if it's something that's common, I mean, you can pretty much figure out. But I just go in the solds. I do it the old-fashioned way. Even before I start the listing, I just go in the solds. I'll get an idea of its value. I
Right.
usually grab one of those and list similar.
So I can see how List Easier would be super fantastic if I had like a stack of 45 RPM records, or if I had
Oh yeah. So what did you list with it? Did you pick an item that was the same, or did you pick like an item that was like a very unique item?
Oh, most of my stuff is unique, but it like it misidentifies some things. Like, let's see, let me show you. Dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. So from the pictures of this, it couldn't tell you what it was.
Yeah.
It just kind of listed it as a even with the label on it.
So it's some kind of part. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it goes to a tool that kind of a machinist tool, but
Oh.
I had 3 of those to list, and it couldn't figure out what it was. Or it went ahead and gave it what it thought it was, but that wasn't it. So, yeah.
So then, what did you do? Did you have to fill in the information to help it, or did you just go and list it the old-fashioned way?
After it was listed on eBay, then I went back in and changed it.
Oh.
So, and then the one thing that List Easier doesn't have a bunch of options on editing photos. Like, if I wanted to brighten a picture, there's a deal on eBay, you can do that, right? But
Yeah.
you can't change List Easier photos on eBay. So you can delete all the pictures and re-add them from your computer, and then you can change them. But List Easier they've got a cropping tool and something else, but they got a cropping tool and a rotation tool, and that's about it on List Easier. You can't brighten the picture, you can't. They might have a background removal also. I haven't tried background removal.
So did it speed you up? Did you really list like a son of a gun this weekend?
No, it was about the same speed, but then I'm kind of just getting used to it.
Yeah.
That was part of it.
I use the Tara.
You use the time.
Yeah.
It's very flexible. It does whatever I want when it comes to listing.
And Todd likes that. Tara likes that shipping program she uses too.
Yeah.
She just says, "This needs to be shipped,"
Shipper.
and that little program takes care of it. So you don't have to worry about it. What's it
Yeah, I
called?
maybe help him ship a few times a year, but not very much. He has to be like really hyper and really behind on stuff, and then I'll actually pitch it and help him.
It's called Jim Ship.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like any complaints from Jim Ship or any whining or crying. She just says, "You got the money, so just shut up and ship it."
Well, at least you're not shipping deer mounts and stuff like that anymore, like you did up north.
No, well, in Kentucky, you can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
you're
it?
not supposed to sell them in Kentucky without paperwork.
Yeah, and I like living outside the system, so.
I
like
do have some deer mounts I do have a Jemmy the Singing Buckhead could probably list, but then we tossed around keeping it. So.
If Tara buys me a pair of tennis shoes, I get to keep the laces, not, like when they take your laces away. That's kind of living I want. I see within the law.
Dang, Todd.
I wonder who gets to keep all the prison laces when they remove them from
I
inmates.
don't know.
Well, when Jim worked for that shoe store, he used to ship shoes into the prison, but the shoe store took the laces off, right?
Yeah, they don't care. They just don't. If you get in trouble if you ship in a pair of shoes into ours was Waupun Correctional Institute, so it was just WCI. If you shipped it into WCI with laces, you could get they'd show up and they'd give you a thing for a fine. They'd write you a citation for a fine for mailing something into a correctional institute you're not supposed to. So
Did you
be careful. But it was great. I mean, 'cause the word got around, and you could tell the woman who'd come in, she'd always be real sheepish. She's like, "Yeah, I want to buy. Or what's the most expensive shoes you have?" Then okay, now I know who she is. Okay, I know where these are going. I go because it's for floss. Inside you don't have a car. You don't have expensive jewelry or whatever. So the only thing you got is shoes. So the only way you can show that, hey, I got the best stuff inside is I got the nicest shoes. So that's first thing out of the woman's mouth is, where's the most expensive shoes? Right here. For us, it was the Reebok pumps because we didn't have Nikes, which sucked. But anyway, so she's like, okay, I'll take them. And right away I go, would you like me to mail these in? And she's like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, I got the address right here, WCI or Portage. She's like, WCI. Okay. So I tell her, I'll take out the laces and the keychain for you. Oh, thank you. So she tells all her friends. Oh man, I get like one of those every 2 weeks.
Huh.
It was awesome.
It's networking.
Yeah, I kept them boys inside wearing their best kicks.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
great. A connection to the inside. Yeah.
That's another chapter, Jim.
Do they ever try
Hey,
to?
guys,
Do they ever ask you to
maybe we
stuff
should try that with
things down in the toes or anything?
No.
No, they're
It
trying
was
to get,
usually the girlfriend or wife, wasn't
yeah,
it?
they're
that would
trying to
come
get they're trying to get their man out, not keep him in there longer.
But yeah, Jim, that's another chapter for your book. Bartending.
Well, yeah, I understand.
I don't think anybody would be very interested in Jim's book.
I would show strippers property too, because they'd be all embarrassed. You know, they're like, well, if you can ask them about their income or whatever, they're like, yeah, I dance, whatever. But once I knew a couple strippers, then all of them would come to me because they all knew they didn't have to be embarrassed. Just like, oh, Jim will find me a rental or whatever. He works with so and so. I'm not going to say their names, but anyway. So they become really relaxed. So when they come into the shoe store, they know their girlfriends told them, hey, when you ask this guy, he's going to know all about it. And he can mail it right
Yeah,
in.
you're not all judgy.
Because now they're telling me, they look at the shoe and they go, you can mail this in, right? I go, yes, I can. Oh, great. Walk up to the counter, real discreet, no big deal. It's like the pharmacist back in the day. Remember when you used to have to buy condoms from the pharmacist? You always buy them from the same guy. There's no sense getting embarrassed in front of all the, pharmacists in
Oh
town.
boy.
Well, when you're 18, 19 years old, it's still kind of,
Now self-checkout, you don't even have to be embarrassed anymore.
No, because I would have to check it out from a girl I went to high school with.
Yeah.
She'd be looking at me like, ooh.
Mm.
Jim
Okay.
puts out.
Story one. Our next door neighbors, they rent a house to a stripper, and her rent's like $2,800 a month. And so
No problem.
Tammy comes down around the first of the month and meets her for coffee, and she gives her an envelope with $2,800 in it. She says sometimes there's $1,000 in ones, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
always
bad when you
cash.
take it to the bank. Yeah, when you take it to the bank, it's still money.
They had
Yeah.
this group of strippers, because we had 2 strip bars, and their group of strippers, they all started, because this one stripper I started working for with real estate, they did the same thing with school, because their kids would get picked on at school or whatever. They all decided we're going to send them to the parochial school. So they're sending them to the parochial school. Well, the word got around to some of the church ladies that, hey, we got a bunch of strippers sending our kids, their kids to our school. We don't know if that's such a good thing. So they're like, because they're strippers, should that be allowed or whatever? Well, the priest talked to him and he said, hey, here's the deal. This school ain't doing real well. They closed down anyway because they were running. The church couldn't support them which I find it hard to believe the Catholic Church couldn't support it anymore. But whatever. I'm an alumni from that school. But anyway, the priest told them they're supporting all those things we do, field trips and all that stuff. That's all funded by those girls, those children's parents or parent. That's where all that money's coming from. We shut that down. He goes, we might as well close the school. He goes, right now they're supporting us, and a lot of them, because their income didn't pay tuition. Well, all of those dancers' kids, they all paid. The dancers, they all paid tuition.
And
So you had a lot of these people, complaining. They weren't paying their share anyway. So the priest said, well, "You shut that down. The diocese is going to shut the school down." So that was the end
They
of
probably
that.
paid more unless they were part of the church. They probably paid more because the schools here, the Catholic schools here, there's like a 15% extra fee because your kids, you're not Catholic and you don't go to the church.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You immediately become a member of the parish.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, I'll do my confirmation sometime down the road.
Yeah, that's right. There is I can't remember which one of the movies is, but there's one of the movies that's about the 2008 real estate bond market collapsing, and two of the guys that's like the lead characters in it, they go to Miami and they're talking to some brokers down there, mortgage brokers, and they're writing these no income verification loans left and right. and they're writing them to all these strippers because they got plenty of cash flow and pole
Yeah.
dancers. They got plenty of
Oh my
cash
God.
flow, but it's all under the table.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tom, you're a gutsy man. You brought up the 2008 crash because this is the one thing that drives Jim nuts, and I was going to tell you about Barney Frank and that Dodd bill that got passed.
Well, that and regulations before that too. It
oh
wasn't
my God.
when everybody says it's the bubble, the real estate bubble burst. No, you got out there. A bunch of people said, "Hey, the real estate bubble's going to burst." So what did the government do? They jumped in with a bunch of stupid regulations that burst this bubble that might happen, and that's when real estate the government tanked the real estate. It's the same thing. Who closed all the stores and stuff during COVID? The government. It wasn't COVID. It was the government did that. They blame it on COVID, but it
The
wasn't
real
COVID that
estate
did
market
it.
didn't really collapse. It was all of these funky ass bonds that they were issuing that collapsed.
Right, and to correct that, they made it so it's impossible for the vast majority of Americans to get a loan.
Yeah.
And guess what happens when most people do buy real estate with a loan? So if you happen to sell real estate at that time, you're driving people around looking at 20 houses, and then it comes time to get the lending, and of course they can't get it, just like the other 30 people that you've been driving around before that.
Well, and the other thing they did too is if you had a 3 or 5 year arm, when you went to go re-up it, you didn't qualify anymore. What the hell you do then?
Yeah, they divert
They
you to a high
push
risk
you
lender.
to second tier lending,
Yeah.
or you don't get lending and you're going to lose your house.
It'd be like if the government did something where your car insurance, everybody, their car insurance reflected they had a bad accident. Oh, is that a problem? You got most of the country all of a sudden now their insurance doubles, But no, everything's good. We're from the government. We're here to help. It was great. Anyway.
Well, I was reading an article
He
about
brought up 2000.
the statistics from the COVID era that car accidents went way down. And a lot of body
nobody's
shops,
going
just
anywhere. There's
about
nowhere to go.
the big body shops went busted because nobody was driving, and so nobody was having accidents, and nobody needed the cars fixed.
Wasn't the gas braked?
Oh, and
Yeah.
no, because right after that, because COVID starts during Trump's first administration, but then they carry it over into Biden.
But it was
it's
also the
not
gas bike because people
Yeah.
didn't stop driving because it was COVID.
Oh yeah, we drove all over the place.
Yeah, you were well. I'm too sick to drive. Remember that? No, that wasn't what was happening.
So Todd's had a slow January.
Remember that year that?
Tara's had a slow.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a slow January, but I had a slow weekend. The weekend
slow
doesn't
weekend.
account for all of January.
Right.
I mean, it was all right. I mean, I'd like to do better. I got to list more today.
So was everybody in the chat? How was your January?
Well, it's not over yet.
Yeah, but it's the 20th.
I got
It's
a
just about over.
I just filed my taxes, so
I got a list of 55 pieces sterling flatware set unless I sell it to Todd before I list it.
Todd's got plenty of money.
Todd, you want a sterling flatware set? It's all matching.
I bet Todd.
Sure.
Todd's already thinking about how Todd's draining the pool right now.
Oh,
I'll give you $50.
fuck that. Yeah, no. Anyway. Well, I could use $50, so I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
I could use 2 more zeros at the end of the $50.
What's the brand and pattern? Do you know?
It's Stife. It's Rose Repose or something like that.
It's not stolen.
And it's sterling, and somebody told me sterling is getting more valuable. So
Yeah.
REPOUSSE.
sure.
Repose?
Is that French? Repose.
It's a dancer I used to know.
Yeah.
No, that was Pussy.
Okay.
Oh God! Oh
Oh,
God!
that's the American version.
Oh my God.
It's Hollywood version. That was a girl I knew from Hollywood, Florida.
Boy,
Oh,
that's a real busy, really busy pattern.
Well, it's got kind of flowers, but the handles look kind of like lumpy. It doesn't make
Yeah,
it sound good, but it's very
yeah.
textured handles. What the hell do I care? It's sterling, Tom.
It's money.
looks like
Like
a cat.
stripper dollars.
Let's
It's like money.
You're supposed to give the say set that back and build out another. I mean, build out like a 12-piece setting on it. So
No,
when Brandon gets
no.
married, you can um,
Brandon
pass
can
all
go
the
buy his
family
own
serious.
silverware stuff. No, Brandon go buy his own.
Because didn't he say he wants to be an attorney? That means he's going to have fancy stuff.
Okay, well, good for him. I need fancy stuff too. Anyway.
Especially when he's a senator from the great state of Kentucky. Jim would be
I
his
saw
little.
something. I think in the solds
Yeah.
I saw there was like 10 forks that were up over 1,000, or maybe it was still at auction.
By the time if Brandon gets to be a senator, by that point I will be playing a harp, smiling down at him from a cloud,
You're
possibly a
only
very hot
55
cloud.
years old.
No,
Yeah, I
Jim's
wish.
60.
Yeah, if I had
Oh,
a DeLorean that would go over 88
Jim
miles
is
an hour.
60 now.
Yeah,
I'm 61 in July.
You still got
61 in July.
you,
Fuzz
still-
over a year before I start getting that. I'm on fixed income,
you
and I'm gonna be loving it.
you have 20 good years left in you, Jim, unless Tara does you in. I'm sorry, I don't know
No,
how.
I told him he can't die because we got too much shit to do right now.
I can't
And I
believe
can't do it by myself.
Darby going. I don't know how he got his foot caught in that bucket and the horse stomped him.
No.
Oh Lord, all
My
these
horses
virgin
are
ears.
old and stomping it.
sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's sensitivities.
I know, it's kind of freaks me out a little bit when an old man starts talking kind of dirty. It's kind of like, be like listening to your 5-year-old. Like, where'd you learn that? When like an old man talks dirty, it's like, oh, gross.
I was talking about
My mom told me a joke, which I'm not gonna. A cat, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I was
my mom
talking
told me
about a
this
cat.
joke that yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
My mom,
what's
when I
the-
was in high school, or no, I was in college, I think.
Yeah.
And when my mom's telling me this joke, we're sitting on the couch in the living room, and she's sitting in the lazy boy. And my mom's telling me this joke. I'm watching TV, and I was drinking something when she said the punchline, and I spit it. It came through my nose. I'm like, Mom, who told you a joke like
It
that?
was real dirty.
Yeah, it involved oral stuff or whatever. So I'm like, Mom, who told you a filthy joke like that, Grandma? And then I was almost going to take another drink. I almost did it again. So my mom and my grandma were trading these horrible, dirty jokes, and I didn't even know about it.
You weren't in the action. So
It was a good joke, though. It's funny, but I can't. It's too dirty for internet.
has so January's kind of been. Has it? What's the consensus? It's kind of
Well,
slow.
sometimes January does that, but I think sometimes you also have, because people are having a lot of regular people are having the rebound after Christmas, and you use credit cards and shit to buy Christmas presents, and then maybe you feel like, ooh, I spent a lot of money. So I think
That's
people
what I
tighten
think,
their
too.
belts a little bit.
What do you mean? Where's this? The entire former minister for 4 years.
Yeah, I
People
agree.
are running
Well,
out
I'm
of
not
credit
getting.
cards.
I'm not getting.
When gas
political.
was $6 a gallon, yeah.
I mean, usually stuff picks up during tax return time, which yet I guess wouldn't really have started yet.
They ran up their credit cards for Christmas. They maxed them because there's barely anything left over Christmas.
So they're going to
Oh,
take
boy.
their tax returns to pay their credit cards out from Christmas.
No, I need to take those tax returns and buy junk from me.
Yeah, and most people's credit card debt now, you need about 10 or 11 tax returns.
I don't know. Some people get some pretty hefty tax returns back.
Some
I'm
people
supposed
have to pay in.
to get a break on my Social Security this year, so
What kind of break?
I think it's only like
Oh no, my
I don't take it me, face value, but I believe it's like 80% of it's is not taxed.
I thought Social Security they didn't tax it, but it was anything you made above and beyond it, like
Oh
a certain
no,
amount
you
above and
pay federal
beyond it.
income tax on Social
Oh,
Security.
uh,
Now, North Carolina, South Carolina doesn't. You don't pay state tax.
yeah.
So
So is Trump going to pass that thing where you got no tax on Social Security?
I think it's only like 80%.
Uh,
So
Damn
got
it.
my WTJ
So the
there.
strippers are paying no tax on a tip. We got paying our Social Security.
I guess.
I'm going. That's it. I'm getting a job at Chippendales.
Oh God,
Oh,
they
God.
would pay you. They would. You'd have to pay them too, Dan.
All I
Nothing to
can
see
think
here,
of
ladies.
is that Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh, with Chris Farley.
Yeah,
Well,
Chris Farley
Jim's not
and
quite as big as Chris Farley.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick
Swayze.
And they're
You
both
know, he
dead,
was
which
built
is
like
scary.
a brick shit house. And then there's they're both trying out for the Chippendales. Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then Chris Farley's like, "Oh, I don't think I won. I don't think I was good enough." And Patrick Swayze's like, "No, I lost. I washed out. I'm no good. No, you're way better than me." That was pretty good.
Yeah, Social
Hey, some
Security.
girls like the guy with a little meat on him.
Yes, so you pay income tax on Social Security, federal, but they're supposed to be getting a tax break on it, like 80% of it.
Oh.
So I'll find out when I do our
So they
taxes.
taxed you. So they took it out of your income when they taxed you when you were working, and then when you supposedly get it back, then they tax you again on it.
Yeah, but they don't charge you taxes on it when you take it. They take it out. Your taxes.
Yeah, but Tom, it actually is a tax.
Do I?
The Social Security, it's a tax.
Oh yes, I know, but I'm talking about they don't charge you any like income tax on top of
Extra tax on like a double tax or a triple tax. That would be something if when you filed your return, you had to pay to file the return, just like a income tax return tax. I shouldn't even suggest it, but yeah, you can pay $100 to file a return.
Well, the Google AI says that federal income taxes may apply to your Social Security benefits if your combined income, half your benefits plus other income, exceeds thresholds. So, like if you're a joint, which you are married, it would be $32K, which is fairly low.
$32,000?
Yeah, I thought it was higher than that.
People make that in a year?
Oh no, 32,000. Okay, that's pretty low.
What
that would
is
be
Sam
no
Bill?
tax if you only had 32,000 coming in a year.
Including Social Security.
But over that, then they tax you on.
Well, actually, yeah, with my Social Security, it ain't gonna be that big.
Well, you start filing separate.
Oh, we gotta get divorced though, I think, don't we?
No, you can file married filing separate.
Oh.
Yeah, we're losing our deduction. Oh no, he's going to college. He's still gonna be a dependent. Yes.
How long do we get to keep him?
I
yet?
think 23 or something like that, or 24.
Unless he runs off and gets married on me.
They figure once he goes on to graduate school, they're like, no, you don't get to suck on the tit.
Jim, you just need to pick you up another child someplace. Get another tax deduction. Look at
they don't usually just
Anissa.
stamp them out.
Almost a little at the water park.
Nissa has always had tax deductions in her house.
From age 12 until 50.
This is Jim's last kid. Jim has had a kid under the age of 18 in his house since 1989, and now this is his last one. That's how long he's had kids with it.
Well,
minor kids in the house.
Yeah, but I can stretch the deduction now because of college. The year I got married, my dad said, I'm still gonna deduct you. And I said, no, you ain't. I was like 23. He's like, yeah, but you're still a college student. I'm like, I don't care. I need that money. I need the tax return myself. So you're not gonna count me as a deduction.
Jimbo can
and he's still
become a daddy's baby daddy.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have to go find another girl to make one with.
No, that kid from the
Right.
water park. Remember that little boy who was
I
like,
don't think you can just grab.
there was a little boy in the lazy
He was
river.
real cute, and he was in too deep, and nobody around him. And he's like, woo, woo, woo. And finally, some lifeguards saved him. He's on these floaties, but I mean, he was in water that was over his head, but he was real happy. He's like, woo,
I'm
woo.
like, Tar, we could fit that little kid in a suitcase. We need to take him home. I need that toddler.
Then Jim would be, then Tara would be sending
super
Jim
loving, Hank.
tennis shoes in prison.
Yeah, he stole a kid at the water park.
Yeah. Okay.
Tar would be like, go ahead, give him. I hope he uses them.
Anybody got anything
Uh-oh.
to say important about reselling? Last thoughts, final thoughts.
Buy
Yeah,
low,
buy silver
sell high.
sharks.
Buy low,
Yeah, buy
sell
low,
high.
sell high.
Anything else?
No, I got nothing.
All right. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Jim and Tar, for coming in here and hanging out with this nonsense. And thank you, everybody in the chat.
I gotta
Excuse me.
shut this down before it goes off the rails.
For coming in and hanging out with us. And this is, you say after 16 you don't get much of a break after that? Is that because of the cost of maintenance goes up really high? 10 a.m. and Tom clocks out. Come on, man. No, Tom clocks out. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. Look for Scott's show tomorrow. Then back on me on Thursday. And Todrick on Friday. Have a great one. Bye.
All right. See ya.
Bye, everybody.